What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about syrup today, maple finance. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 27th day of August today, and here we are sitting at about 46.1 cents with 10 hours and 31 minutes left in the day, up about 11.6% on the day, and that's nice to see. Syrup has been pretty volatile since its highs, its relative highs here in June. So, and I'm not drawing the best lines, but you can see what I'm talking about, right? We've been in this range. We're coming up to the top of this range. Don't get overzealous. Don't get too excited, right? We've seen some very positive price action before that just got eaten up in the days to come. I think we're waiting on the whole market, the market as a whole, to kind of take a bullish turn. And once we do that, syrup should cut loose. But I will say that syrup did back here move up while most of the market was kind of being boring or stagnant, or even at times in May and early June, or even like in July, like there were moments where the market was exciting, but not every coin was exciting. This coin was exciting the whole time, right? From April 7th to June 25th, no other coin really had like a continuous move up like this. So you don't need the market necessarily to be exciting for you to start seeing new all-time highs. We've seen you move up before without that, but again, just where we are here, I wouldn't be surprised if we came back down. Let's look at the short term stuff and see if that's true. Or is this the real deal? Are we going to push higher? 10 hours, 30 minutes left in the day. Decent bit of volume here. If we keep pushing, you guys, that could be good. We're right at the point where we should be finding turbulence, resistance. So if you can push above this high, that might be significant. We'll see. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame and then we'll zoom out from there, okay? 1 hour time frame here. Right off the bat, what I'm noticing is you had some volume coming in up here, right? And then you had a lot of volume here. You didn't really go anywhere. That's not necessarily good. You're moving up with less volume now. I don't really like that ideally. It would make me think that you move lower, but maybe not. We'll see. You have a bit of a double top scenario with the RSI right here, which could promote lower prices as well. A little bearish divergence on your stochastics, which could promote lower prices. And then, of course, the MACD also has bearish divergence. You did just cross above your zero. This could be a sign that you have more growth to come, but we are just on the 1 hour time frame, so I wouldn't weigh too much on that. You've been overbought for a long time on the stochastics and on the RSI. It might be time to cool off. It just might be time. You're moving up here, and there's decent volume. We got 30 minutes left to see how it goes, but I really wouldn't be surprised if we move down here, okay? And that's okay. Stochastics getting overbought, that's nice. Actually, that's not a bad look. The MACD is not helpful on the 4 hour time frame at all. And the RSI is starting to look good. We just got overbought. I mean, there's the possibility for continuation. I'm not saying it has to stop right here. But again, just because you move up a little bit higher, like you go to 47 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents might do it actually. But if you go to like 49, 48 cents, that doesn't in itself do it for me. 4 hour time frame looks bullish enough right here, but you definitely are at a point where you could turn that around, okay, to the bearish effect here. Let's turn that there. Looking at this, hold on real quick, you guys. I got my little 3-year-old here. She's like, I woke up this morning. Yeah, you did. You're awesome. I'll be right with you, okay? I'm almost done. She's looking at me like, daily time frame here on the RSI. Okay, so what I like about the daily RSI actually, and what I really do like about this genuinely, we could come down, but I think that might have been your low. Maybe we come down, maybe we are finding resistance here, but I think that might have been your low, you guys. You look like you're turning a tide. And typically the RSI, what happens is if you get this downtrend, right? Lower highs, lower lows, you don't resolve it until you're in the oversold zone. But there are these moments, very bullish instances with very bullish coins, where you turn your downtrend into a sideways trend. And I think that's exactly what we're doing here. And then that sideways trend turns it into an upward trend, right? It's important not to get fixated on the idea that this has to get oversold before you turn around, because moments like this actually tells me that there is some kind of turnaround happening right now. It's a slow process, and we're doing that in the price too. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the low, or if it's not the low, you're incredibly close. So much so that it's insignificant. We're at 46.3 cents now. Maybe we come back down to 43.6 cents, 42 cents, something like that, 44 cents, but nothing significant to the downside. That would make sense to me. You are pretty bullish on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, so a modest correction with continuation rather immediately. That sounds right, man. That sounds right. The stochastics look good, I have to admit. The MACD is starting to cross green. You've got some bullish divergence there. I mean, I'm a fan of the idea that you have found your low. Absolutely, I am. Let's see. Let's look at this here from a low to a high and just see what we got. We'll wrap this up real quick. Low to high here. You bounce at the 236. You're so bullish, dude. You are so bullish. I don't think you go below that line. I think you found your low twice, 3 times here. And you're, oh, that's not the 236. Damn, I missed the, just below the 236. But still, the point remains. That's good enough. Very bullish looking chart. I very much do believe that Syrup is going to see some incredible growth here over the coming days and weeks. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but the target area that we would look to, because the downside is negligible. Maybe you go down to 44 cents, you find support there. But whenever we do start moving up, the target area that I would expect would be something of about, 76 cents to 92 cents. We'll probably see that very fast. And we don't stop there. I would expect that overall between now and like the end of October, you're going to be at $2. You're probably going to be at $3, right? $2 to $3, somewhere in that range. Maybe, hell, you could go all the way up to $4. This thing's got a lot of potential. And I think this was happening without alt season. With alt season, hell, you could go even higher. That's a 10x. I know it's crazy, but you guys, this thing is very tenacious. And I mean, what did we do back here? From a low to a high. From April 7th to June, May, June, about a month and a half later, that was a 7x. I mean, we could very well be at $3. If not, I think 465 might be a good high target just for like between now and October. By the end of the year, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing's at $10. You're at 46 cents now. You got a lot of potential with this thing. It's loading up, right? Most coins are going to do a 20x between now and the end of the cycle. You have the chance to do this by the end of the year. Looks very bullish. Good time to accumulate for sure. If you want to wait for it to drop a couple cents, that's fine. But understand the amounts that we're going to go down, if I'm correct, are going to be negligible. The amounts that we go up over time will be significant. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Do your own research. Make sure that you understand it, right? I read the whole white paper. There's a lot of DeFi projects that are the same, that are very, very, very similar. This one is unique. I think it is unique, and that's what drew me to it initially. Somebody requested it a long time ago. Whoever you were, thank you. And we read the white paper, and it's definitely different. It's unique. It's like DeFi with centralized finance. It's the perfect and most DeFi is that. Most DeFi protocols, they are like a centralized form of decentralized finance, but they play the game. They play too much. They pretend like they're just DeFi. This one is like, yo, we have a DeFi protocol, we've got DeFi aspects, but we're also going to do the centralized portion, and we're going to do it well, and they are doing it well. And I think that's perfect, right? We're going from traditional finance to decentralized finance. There's going to be an in-between step, and you need to. It's just, that's how it needs to happen, right? Like before we had race cars, we had stagecoaches. I don't know. And before that, we were just riding horses by themselves. Like there needs to be that in between before we get to that DeFi phase. Anyways, I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. All right, bye bye.